Hey people, it's me again. So, anyways, I was watching Sup Daily 06 video about the YouTube's new community guidelines terms and all that, and with his critique on some of it, and then how, in some ways, I think I kind of agree with him that part of it could also be used for abuse in some cases, but then again, as far as when it comes to like that you get get that sort of thing. I mean, get a strike there if you're dock dropping. That's kind of like a no brainer as far as that goes. And then as far as like going around saying like going around like getting your subscribers to harass people and all that kind of stuff and sort of things like that, or um or using like the videos to harass someone and all this sort of stuff and blah 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 blah. And in a way I think that's kind of good, because especially how there were some people that I've been subscribed to had dealt with like certain amount of harassment from certain people, especially it was Boogie 2980, when he did a video. I think it was, maybe it was uh, about like I forgot what it was. It was about how some people were like harassing him because he's obese and all of this, and how they're going like you need to do that, and it's always been. And he kind of said it was every now and then it was like somebody like, oh, say like Freely or Vegan Games or any one of those sort of type of these kind of health nut people, or one of those people that are so obsessed with being healthy and all this sort of stuff like that, and blah 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 blah. And they go and then they make like they have like some sort of videos like going around attacking people like Boogie 2980. That the fact that not necessarily like that he can't help it. It's just simply the fact that he's always been heavy like that, and then the fact that here it's like one of the real kickers of all that sort of stuff is the fact that Boogie 298 is happily married, and yet here we have like somebody like Vegan Games who was basically dumped by a girl lived who he was dating, like who lived halfway across the world for that matter, which is kind of sad in a way. So that's besides the point and all that sort of stuff. But and then the fact that there were plenty of people that I've subscribed to that might have had their docs dropped as far as that goes, when it was I forgot his name. I forgot what name he goes by now, but I always refer to him as Riff Randall as far as that goes. And this was probably about like 6 years ago when he was having like a friendly discussion with some silly guy. I keep forgetting his name, a crazy dude fool or whatever his name was, and then the fact that he won like the debate or discussion or something like that. Then Mr. Crazy Dude fool or whatever his name was didn't take that sort of thing that well and dropped Riff Randall's docs as far as that goes. And then as far as a matter of other things, the fact that my original channel had went down because of the fact that here I was just mirroring people's videos simply because of how the people that I have subscribed to had their videos removed unfairly for some matter, all that. And in a way, it wasn't until like maybe about like a year and a half ago was when I finally got my original channel back as far as that goes. You know, after I mean, after trying and all that sort of stuff. But in a way, if I would have known that all I had to do was just simply say like the YouTube's legal team, if they didn't restore my channel, I was gonna sue them and all that. Right off the bat. I would have gotten my original channel back within within a couple of days, as far as that goes, and instead of just having to wait maybe about 4.5 years for that to get back. So, anyways, so as far as that goes, I think, yeah, that some of like the updated terms are might be good in some cases. But then again, it's also room for abuse, just like any of the other little things, where if it's just DMCA notices and stuff like that. There are plenty of people who file like false DMCA notice against certain people just simply because they just didn't like what they say and all that sort of stuff, and all that sort of stuff there. And then mainly for me, it was like the many times that I had like DMCA notices and stuff like that was mainly from my YouTube poops, as far as that goes, because I didn't really do this sort of way, or flip the image, or done something like that that would have at least fooled the whole automated system, as far as that goes. So in a way, it's just one of those things that we probably had to deal with, as far as with like YouTube and all that, because and the truth is like YouTube is only popular at this point because it was revolutionary at that point, and the fact that it's still popular now, because and it still exists today, because of the fact that Google owns YouTube and all that sort of stuff. And even though like Vimeo and Dailymotion and all those other things will try, but to like compete with YouTube, but in a way they'll never really match up to like YouTube and all that sort of stuff there. So, anyways, I guess that's probably my 2 cents about the whole new community guidelines or TOS terms, as far as that goes. So, anyways, talk to you guys later.